Three, two. I got to get right. We are live. Welcome to the Modern Sports Show, home of your college athlete, where we are player led and player focused. Tonight, we are streaming the Texas Longhorns versus the Ohio State Buckeyes. Um, should be a pretty decent matchup. Should be a pretty decent matchup tonight. Hope you guys enjoy the stream. We're gonna hopefully we can start getting some people trickling on in and get this thing underway. Of course, I sent some text messages out. Let's get this thing cracking. I'm interested. I'm excited to see who you all have tonight. All right, we good. Who you all have, as well as who is gonna walk away with this game, man. Who is gonna walk away with this game? Like I said, I got to give me a football or something. Got to give me a football. But of course, like we always do, man. You join the chat, say what's up, so I can say what's up back. Say what's up, so I can say what's up back. And before we get too into it, I'm going to play a message from our sponsor. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Share that. We're going to play a message from our sponsor here at the Modern Sports Show. Oh, y'all can't hear it. Hold on. All right, that's that. I am very proud to be a recipient of Lift Up the Vulnerable's mission or sponsorship, and proud to represent their mission. Great people at Lift Up the Vulnerable. I greatly appreciate Alex Hill, their chief advancement officer. And so, aside from that, guys, great organization. Be sure to go check out all their social medias at Lift Up the Vulnerable. And for those of you that stick around, gonna play that again. I'm gonna try to get some audio. Got to get the audio working with that. But as I said, this is gonna be a great game tonight. I'm really excited about these teams taking place or these teams facing off. And man, like I'm curious to know, what are your predictions for the game? What do you believe is gonna happen? And how do you feel like this game is going to turn out? Who are your winners? Who are your losers? Who is going to face Notre Dame in the national championship? A lot of dialogue around that. I've been talking with a few different people today, and many believe that Notre Dame, although they did grind and get to the championship game, how worthy are they? Just going based on their path and going based on their strength of schedule, them not being in a conference, being an independent school. Hey, Mariah, how are you doing tonight? I appreciate you for joining us. If you could send this to one person, that would be great. I greatly appreciate that. But um, how like Notre Dame, are they really worthy of being on the stage this big? Now, I do feel like some faults that Notre Dame is going to deal with is obviously going to be in the passing game. They looked good last night. They look okay. They looked well enough last night against Penn State in my estimation. But if they get in the game, I think with either of these teams, be it Texas or Ohio State, both of those teams can score, and um, they can score fast. All right, they got explosive players on the perimeter. Now, I do feel like Texas, on the other hand, they don't quite have an established run game. And so that would be an area that Notre Dame needs to take advantage of, making them throw the ball, because Notre Dame secondary, as we've seen for a great deal of the season, they're pretty good, pretty talented secondary. So definitely curious to see what either of these teams or how either of these teams match up with Notre Dame in the national championship game. Now, my prediction on this game, right? Texas and Ohio State. Was speaking with a friend of mine earlier, and this is what I believe. I think there are three outcomes to this game. Okay. These three outcomes, I can see either of these taking place. I see a shootout happening. Ohio State secondary has been kind of suspect at moments this season. I do feel like they have a dominant box. And guys, I apologize for the sniffing and snoring. I'm a little under the weather. No pun intended, because we did have snow today in Alabama. So it's been kind of like a slow, chilly, modest day. Either way, Texas, I kind of lost my train of thought. Ohio State's box. They got 6 or 7 dudes that rotate in that box and can make plays and put a lot of pressure on opposing teams' offenses passing game. However, like I mentioned, their secondary has been very suspect at moments throughout the course of the season, giving up explosives in some games. And so I think that's an area tonight Texas should really look to exploit. I really feel like they should look to exploit that in Ohio State secondary. Get Matthew Golden. He's a guy that stepped up tremendously over these past few weeks in Texas' season, as well as DeAndre Moore. He's been kind of a consistent piece for them. Who else? We got Ryan Wingo. He's been pretty decent as well. And so not sure what the status on Isaiah Bond is. He seemed like he's been pretty day to day, but I think that's an area, like I mentioned, that's a weakness in that Ohio State's defense. And I feel like Texas can do a good job if they can just find those matchups tonight and give. I don't even feel like Texas offensive line has to give 4 or 5 seconds worth of blocking. Just give Quinn Ewers enough time to go through 1 or 2 progressions, and I feel like that'll be more than enough for Texas to be able to move the ball and sustain some drives. Now, aside from this, hold on, let me get right, because I need no issues. I need no issues tonight when it comes to streaming this game. So am I gonna go to today is the 10th. So I'll tell you what. We're gonna go on Hulu. We're gonna stream the game from Hulu tonight. I don't need any issues watching this game. I know the past just by all our streams. For those of you who do tune into the game with us, I'm typically a player two behind. So tonight we want to eliminate that. But so that's the first scenario. Texas, Ohio State shootout, right? I feel like Texas actually gives themselves a better chance if they can score and move the ball through the air. I believe they give themselves a better chance to win this game. If it turns into a ground and pound game for Texas offensively because they're not able to throw the ball, I think Texas is going to be in for a rude awakening just because we've seen Texas's run game struggle against elite opponents. So how well is Texas going to be able to move the ball in the air for me tonight is very key. Now, aside from this, Ohio State, what version of them do we get tonight? Because if it's a shootout, right, like I mentioned, I do feel like Ohio State would do it. They got the weapons to obviously keep up. However, the area that Texas's defense or Ohio State's defense is weak in, Texas is particularly strong being the secondary. Texas has one of the better secondaries in the nation. And obviously, we just seen the second round in the playoffs, Texas secondary came up with a key play in an interception to help win them the game. So Texas, on the other hand, I feel like, and that makes me think, but then again, I feel like Texas defensively is pretty solid. However, I was going to mention the run game for Ohio State. Can Quinshawn Judkins, can Travion Henderson, can they get to going tonight? All right. I think that's something that's very important to key as well. So, first scenario is a shootout. Second scenario is Ohio State just blitzes Texas, similar to what they did to Oregon and Tennessee. And then thirdly, what was my third scenario? Ohio State leans on the run game. That was kind of like my third. Ohio State leans on the run game and kind of just out physical Texas like we saw them do Oregon. Kind of in that Oregon game, they were kind of having the best of both worlds. So particularly interesting to see how this is going to play out tonight. I'm trying to get everything set up because I want to be able to be on point. Set up connection, check connection. Been a few days since I shaved, too, guys. A few days since I shaved. I got a little beard going. We grinding right now, though. We are grinding right now. Let's go to Hulu. Okay. We are good. Coin flip. Let's do it. Coin flip is up. Ohio State has won the toss. They're deferring. They're deferring to the second. Game time, Rich. Game time, baby. Ohio State wins toss, defers second half. We will see Texas offense come out first. Now, I am curious to see, right? Hold on, let's see what Sark has to say. All right. Yeah, so that's another thing. So Quinn Ewers obviously is Ohio State transfer from Texas. He went to Ohio State his freshman year, and then he comes back to Texas and takes over a starting job. Let's see what Ron Day has to say. Yeah, so everybody's trying to play the poise card. We're all poised. Everybody's poised. So let's, you know, we're about to find out who's really poised, who's really used to, who's ready for these moments, and who isn't. So Quinn Ewers, like I was getting ready to say, I think this would. Now I think it's safe to say this Texas offense goes as he goes. You know, like if we get that version of him that we saw in overtime against Arizona State, Ohio State is going, is going to get hectic. And I think the biggest thing for Texas, they got to get the ball to their playmakers like right now. Don't play around. That's another thing, we speak about this often on the Modern Sports Show. Don't play around with opportunity. Don't play around with your time. When I'm watching these games, bro, we done made it this far in the season. Don't play tight. Go play loose. We got nothing to lose. I mean, obviously you do, but I think that's just how you got to approach it. Like we ain't got nothing to lose. We got nothing to lose. We are undoubtedly one of the best four teams at this point in the season, one of the best three teams in the country. You ain't got nothing to lose. Go play balls to the wall. Yeah. Kirk Herbstreit just said Texas has got to be able to run the football. I don't think they have to just go for 150, 200 yards on the ground tonight, but they got to be able to show that they can watch the ball or move the ball when they need to through the ground. It's on ESPN, Rich. On ESPN. I'm watching on Hulu, my Hulu subscription on ESPN. So let's get some people in here. Let's get some more people in here, and let's start running these numbers up. Uh, and again, I think okay. See, and that's what I'm saying. So second and medium, right? We get to a third and short situation. That's the type of movement on the ground that Texas is gonna have to show. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm referring to. That push, like Kirk Herbstreit said, not a bad start. You get in third and short situation on the minus 30, 35, 34, 33 and a half yard line. Little boot action. Good catch. See, it's those type of plays, Matthew Golden. It's those type of plays, Matthew Golden. Man, that's a catch, dog. That's a catch. That's a catch, boy. That's a beautiful catch. So I like this. I like this. And so if we go back to what I was just saying, Ohio State secondary is gonna get tested tonight. Now we see on the first drive of the game, that's like a 20 or no. That's like a 10-yard completion. That's Ryan Wingo. He wins that matchup. He picks up a few yards down the sideline. Texas is coming out. They playing fast. They moving the ball fast. We're not waiting. I think Texas has done has done that to themselves in the past, just kind of sitting back, waiting. But tonight they're attacking. So I like to see that. All right, so what we trips to the field, ball on the left boundary, empty, empty set. Okay, so that's gonna be something to key tonight as well. Like I mentioned, so that's Jack Sawyer. Jack Sawyer, it looks like he gets his hand on it. Let's see. So Jack Sawyer starting at four tech. Just got a hand up. Just got a hand up. All right, so we're in third and fourth situation. Look like on the plus 30. Let's see. Yeah, on the plus 36-yard line. Yeah, plus 37-yard line. Um, Going for it. They're going for it. On the plus side of the field, fourth and three situation. I think they get this. I think they get this. Motion into a trips bunt situation. Gets the ball out quick. Ohio State gets off the field. Ohio State gets off the field. All right. So this is where things get interesting, right? So we've seen how Texas has come out. They're playing kind of dicey. I like the play call. They motion, like I said, motion into a trips bunch, trying to find something in that stick area. And I think he might have had that flag route. I think he may have had that 7. And so Quinn, he kind of, I mean, obviously playing for the sticks, fourth and third situation. But I feel like that corner could have been there. Yeah, it's on ESPN, Rich. It's on ESPN. See. Now I wonder do they go to Arch Manning, you know? Now I'm Quinn Ewers not playing bad at this point in the game, but if if you know, like if the game gets to that point, does Sark go with Arch Manning? That's my question. That is my question. Uh, Wi-Fi. This Wi-Fi slow, man. Wi-Fi slow. Wi-Fi slow. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. I ain't doing it. Come on, man. Come on, dog. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Dang, tripping, man. Tripping. It's okay though. We gonna rock and roll. We gonna rock and roll. I just need this Wi-Fi to do right. What's up, Bray? What's up, Bray? Thank you for joining. Are y'all watching the Texas versus Ohio State game tonight? Like I hope you are. I get to prove BJ wrong that Texas is gonna win tonight because he believes Ohio State is gonna win this game. But I believe Texas walks away with this game. Believe that in my heart of hearts, man. Hmm. I'm missing too many plays. Let's see. See Texas dialing up some blitzes too. That's a good ball. That's a good ball. That's a good ball. That's a good ball. All right. We at midfield. Let's see what Texas can come up with right here. Bringing some run through him. Oh boy, that's a ball. That's a ball. That's a ball. That's a pick, man. Hey, he threaded that though. He threaded that. He threaded that. That's a pick, man. That's a pick, dog. You oh, 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 that's a pick. All right, Texas is working. We see it. Ooh, okay. Man, now that was a shot. So we see early. We see early. Both teams kind of taking some shots, kind of being aggressive with the play calling. I'm liking this floor game. I feel like a better ball right there from Will Howard. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. But he gave him a chance though. We did say that. Gave him a chance. I like that play call. I don't get gas. I love that play call. They brought a safety pressure. I seen the safety coming down from that third level, kind of inserting his nose in that pre-snap. Uh, I guess you would call it delayed, but I think linebacker Keith that as well kind of got his nose in there pretty quick. That and obviously you bring those safety pressures like that. It's dicey because like right there, Quinshawn Judkins he kind of lost his footing. All right, here we are. Ohio State heading into the end zone. Right there, did he hang on to that? Hey, Will Howard is playing good ball, man. Making some throws early in this game. Come on. Where you going, dog? You got somebody crossing your face. Get your hands on him and then bump to your zone. Okay. So like Will Howard early is making some pretty impressive throws. He making some pretty impressive throws. And so they're putting a lot of pressure on Texas secondary. Putting a lot of pressure on Texas secondary right now. The first and goal, like kind of middle red zone. Oh, he dropped that. Carnell Tate dropped a wide open touchdown. Oh man. Oh man. Ah. And Texas playing a lot of man early in this game. Um, they're coming at him, and number seven, they kind of coming at him, bro. They done threw to him a couple times. So yeah, touch. He gotta catch those. He gotta haul them in. Oh yeah, they just bowing up right now in Texas. They just bowing up right now in Texas. They just bowing up right now in Texas. Cause I mean, you what is this? Who gets? Yeah. All right, guys. All right. Running through you. That hey. All I can say is Texas need to find it. Texas needs to find it. But I do I like how this, you know, Norton was that Norton number 15, he kind of I think he can press that gap a little firm. He kind of gets turned, but I mean, it maybe opens too much, but I just still feel like it got to be a little bit more flow coming working downhill. A little bit more press, we got to press, we got to fight pressure with pressure. So, that's impressive first drive by Will Howard in Ohio State. So I wonder how does Ohio State sustain that over the course of the game? What does Texas do different defensively to you get what I mean? To kind of and obviously I think that drive is minus the throws. I feel like Texas putting themselves in decent positions defensively to make some plays on the ball. I think on that stick route on what was it, 3rd and 4 or something like that. Obviously, your linebacker, he's working down to the out, but you got something crossing your face. Don't cover grass, even in zone. Don't cover grass, cover a man. And so